You are watching a special presentation from Tinkle Group Gaming. Hello guys, and welcome here to the Lyft National Series race number 30 here today from the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Today we are racing on the Roval here, our final road course race of the entire season here in Charlotte. I'm Brian here in the booth with you. Starting from the pole will be Reggie Fogelman in the number 8, and 2 is outside will be the number 54 of Samet Ozkan. Of course, a lot of implications here today as we get going from the Charlotte Roval. Of course, today we kick off the round of 8. That means if any of these 8 drivers, of course, we have 8 drivers remaining in the playoffs, and they are Dennis Shelmerdine, Tyler Blurick, Parker Smith, Scott Upton, Karen James, Nick Martin, Skylar Martin, and Jordan Stewart. If any of those guys win here today, they will automatically punch their ticket into the Championship 4 race at Ricky Raceway. So again, big implications there. And of course, we will follow that throughout the race. The other thing, again, final road course race of the season, because after today we only have Rockingham and Martinsville left in terms of races before the Championship 4 at Ricky. So 3 races remain. So drivers like Reggie Fogelman, who have not won yet this season, their window is closing to get that first win, and of course to upset the playoff drivers. But the playoff drivers to this point have gone 3 for 3 in victories here on the Lyft National side. Will that trend continue, or will we see a non-playoff driver pull off a big upset here today at the Roval? We'll find out in just a moment. Let's roll the intro, and when we come back, the green flag from the Charlotte Roval in just a moment.
Searching for greatness in a sea of the dying and shameless, a sea of the aimless. I don't wanna be one of the nameless. I'ma wake up with the mindset that one day I'm gonna make it, and I don't think I'll be fine if I don't break my limitations. Don't try to stop me, I exist to write my own story. I'll make a decision if I want some peace or if I want the glory. Yeah, don't want a life that is complacent or possibly boring. I just want a life that is worth every day exploring. My whole life I just wanted someone who would notice me. My whole life I just wanted to be somebody to be. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be great.
Here we go. They make their way through 13 and 14. Of course, this is oval turns 3 and 4 here at the Roval. Unlike in actual NASCAR, they will use that little dog leg there to take the green. They will not be using the tri-oval as the pace car peels off. It's going to be Reggie Fogelman, Samet Ozkan. They'll lead us through the dog leg as the green flag flies. We're underway at the Roval. And Samet wastes no time getting out in front of the field here. The caution is out here on lap number 1. It looks like the number 2, Daniel Gittero, had something to do with it, as did the number 90 of Zachary Orlando. We've seen a lot of cautions here at the Roval in the past, so this shouldn't come as a surprise. As look at the lead Samet Ozkan has grown here so far. There we go, through the bus stop. Battle for second between teammates Max Anderson, you saw there, as well as the 44 of Louis G. And Samet will lead the opening lap. Let's go see what happened. 3 wide just beyond Heartburn turn. I believe that's turn 2. And you see the 23, the 98, they just pinch right there. And oh, Dennis Shelmerdine gets the wall pretty good. Hopefully that won't hurt him, as of course he is the Watkins Glen winner. And then of course the 90 Zachary Orlando, nowhere to go. But this, oh, same with the 92 Dennis Stryker. Tough break for those involved. We'll take you back to the green in just a moment. They make their way through the bus stop here. The only car out of the race is Daniel Gidero in the number 2. Back up front, the leaders did pit under the caution, with the exception of Samet Ozkan, and about the top, well, the top 3 or 4 were the ones that stayed out. So Samet Ozkan will be the race leader, Noah Sewell in second, Mitchell Hodak in third, Jessica Strauss in fourth, and then you've got the 7 of Colin Cropley rounding out your top 5. As they'll make their way through the dog leg to take the green flag. We're back underway at the Roval. Jessica Strauss wasting no time trying to get by her teammate. Keep in mind, tomorrow afternoon, the Cup Series will take on the Charlotte Roval. That will be, of course, at 1:30 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. It will be an elimination race for the Jello Cup Series. So after that race, we will be down to 8 drivers in that series. And, of course, in this series, the Lyft National Series, again, this is the first race of the round of 8. We have 2 more races to go. We had a weekend off last weekend for Labor Day, and we hope you all enjoyed that weekend off. But we are going to have another weekend off, as the Jello Cup Series will be going to Talladega. The Lyft National Series will be sitting that one out. It'll be their final off. It'll be the final weekend off for this series before we return to Rockingham, and then, of course, to Martinsville to wrap up the season, or the the round of 8. 10 to go here at the Roval. Samet Ozkan once again gets a big lead on the start. I'm telling you, that 54 looks really strong here in the opening portion of the race. But again, the 54 still has to make a pit stop at some point in this race. Be interesting to see if he's going to try a 1-stopper versus everybody who just pitted under that caution. Will they have to do a 2-stop strategy to make it to the finish? That's another area you gotta watch. That bus stop, a lot of cars slide through there. And if we're still green, and we are, let's see, we do have a cockpit camera. Let's ride along with Samet Ozkan in the number 54 to show you a lap around the Charlotte Roval. Here we go, off into turn 1, Heartburn turn. That'll lead us to 2. And then, of course, you got 3 and 4 right here. where you make it to turn 5 and 6. Couple of right-handers. Now we're into the left-handers. You see the cars coming through Heartburn Turn there. There's turn 9 and 10 right here. You hear the high RPMs in third gear as they'll go down to second to try to make this corner. And this one, a lot of drivers slide through. Then to 13 and 14 and back to the dog leg here. And then we're back onto the front tri-oval there. Or, you know, the front stretch there, and then back into Heartburn Turn. And that is essentially a lap here at the Roval. We did have a battle for second that we missed along the way. And that was Jessica Strauss in the number 1, who just got by Noah Sewell in number 1. No playoff drivers in the top 10 to this point. The first one that you'd be able to find is that number 02 of Scott Upton, and he's in quite a battle right now with the 44 of Louis G. He's centering turns 9 and 10. Look at the damage to the 44. He got into the back of somebody. Scott Upton trying desperately to get that 10th spot. Or is this a battle with a lapped car? It is a battle with a lapped car. My mistake. Scott Upton here, he's got to be thinking as he clears them finally. Boy, that had to be frustrating if you're the 02 of Scott Upton. Because now he's going to have to try to chase down the 16 Dylan Ibrahimian, not one of the playoff drivers. We're past halfway though here at the Roval. Again, tomorrow the Cup Series, 1:30 p.m. Eastern here at Charlotte. And it's also their final road course race of the season. And of course, a reminder, it is an elimination race for the Jello Cup Series. No drivers have won in this round from the playoffs, but there is drivers that are locked in entering tomorrow. I'll cover those in Countdown to Green. So you'll want to tune in for the beginning part of the race to see who is locked in, or to hear who is locked in and who is not, as we close out the round of 12 tomorrow. Still no pit stops yet for the 54. But he's now led the most laps. He's essentially stolen a playoff point. Shoot, sorry. Been relatively a calm race ever since the incident with the number 2 of Daniel Gittero 5 to go. And again, the question is, will Cement have to pit? Because again, about the top 4 or 5 have not pitted yet in this race. Could that be why he's trying to stretch the leads? That way he can come in, do a fuel only, and get back out in front. That's something definitely I think he's considering. But the lead has not grown past 3 seconds. Here he comes, the 54, pitting with 4 to go, as will the 1 of Jessica Strauss. And now here comes the 21, the 7, and the 45 will stay out, along with the 8 of Reggie Fogelman. And I believe those are the cars that pitted under that first caution. Cement will still lead the lap with 4 to go, though. And it was close. Despite what the scoring says, it was a close battle there to lead that lap. Battle for the lead here. Max Anderson, Reggie Fogelman. We know Reggie Fogelman's had a lot of success on the Cup side so far this season, but he has yet to win here in the Lyft National Series. He'd love to do so today against the 45. Max Anderson, who has won on road courses before. So he knows a thing or two. Will they pit? Yes. 2-stop strategy, it looks like. 44 is a lap down. And this could be the battle for the lead and the win here. That is Nick Martin. He is a playoff driver. And it's 3 laps of racing to go here at the Roval. Nick Martin, he could punch his ticket. Keep in mind, we mentioned, if anyone in the playoffs wins here today, they punch their ticket to Ricky. Nick Martin he's got a chance here. But he's got to hold off the guy who's had the strongest car all day. Oh. Let's take a look back. That 54 is so much stronger. And there he goes. I would say it was worth a try. A for effort for Nick Martin, but can he make it to the finish? Or Skylar Martin, rather. Nick Martin. I was right. It was worth a try. And he's going to pit, so that'll put an end to any run here today. Cement leads 2 laps to go here at the Roval. Jessica Strauss second. Reggie Fogelman now up to third. Man, Nick Martin, he's got to be kicking himself right about now. The next best playoff driver runs back again in the 11th or 12th position. And that is Scott Upton. So it looks like we will not have a 3 for 3 here today. Again, we know how the Roval can be. Samet Ozkan, he's just got to make it to the white flag, and the next flag will end it. That came true at Bristol, of course, if you recall. Leader crossed the start-finish line just before the caution flag flew, and they were able to finish the race. And it will happen today. White flag, 1 lap of racing to go, presented by Mitchell's Memes. Samet Ozkan, he's won here at the Roval before on the Cup side. He now looks to add a Lyft National Series win to the resume. Again, the future of the Cup still, or the future of these series still up in the air. But Samet has said he will not be returning to Cup. Might return to the Lyft National if we do a season next year. There you saw Nick Martin, Austin Shaw on the other side just entering Heartburn Turn. But for Samet, as he makes his way through the bus stop one final time. Again, won here before. I believe it was last season here at the Roval. He pulled off the big upset against the playoff drivers. And here today, he puts on a dominating performance. Has been the guy to beat all day. And Samet Ozkan will win at the Charlotte Roval. Congratulations to the 54. They get the win and pull off the upset against the playoff drivers here on the here on the Lyft National Series side of things today. That's it for the road course races. We're back to the ovals in 2 weeks. We want to thank you for watching. We're going to show you your results and your standings. And again, we'll see you in 2 weeks when the Lyft National Series takes on Rockingham. Till then, bye everyone.